Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Stihl BG86 handheld blower. It runs, but as soon as you give it gas, it dies out. So there's something going on inside the carburetor or something. So we'll get it checked out. Hope you like the video. Okay, before we take the cover, we have to take this cover off to get to the carburetor. The carburetor's right back here, but I want to pop the spark plug out just see how it was burning. That gives you a pretty good idea just by looking at the plug. Actually, it's burning kind of rich from the way they described it when it was cutting out. When they give it gas, I thought the plug would be burned, but it's actually burning kind of rich. So have to do more inspection. You gotta pop these 3 screws out. When this whole front slides off, and there's our carburetor there. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna blow that off real quick. I'm gonna spray some carburetor cleaner on it and use the arrows and kind of get some of that debris out, so when I pull the carburetor off, none of that stuff goes inside the intake there. Okay, I'll turn it around here. We got two 5/16 or 8mm nuts we gotta take off to get this air filter base off. And before I started working, I dumped all the gas out of it. Be careful so don't rip this gasket right here. Okay. I can't hook that throttle over here. Some of these you have to take the handle apart I think we can twist that around and get that out of there, maybe. Well, there we go. Okay, now we have to unhook the fuel lines. This one here is your return line when you push the primer bulb. I'm gonna have to rock it back and forth a little bit to break it loose. Just gotta be careful so we don't rip the fuel line or break that nipple off. There. Then on the bottom here we have the fuel line. There we go. It does have adjustment screws. You know, I could have just opened them up a little bit, but we're just gonna tear it apart and see if there's a screen in there, see if there's debris in that screen, or maybe a diaphragm is getting weak or stiff. I'm gonna do it right the first time, so I have to do it again. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So I'll get that carburetor cleaned up, then we'll go ahead and tear it apart and check the inside of it. Okay, I cleaned it off. We'll go ahead and take it apart and see what the inside looks like. This is a Zama carburetor. That's the screen I was talking about, that sometimes they get plugged up, but that one's nice and clean. Then you want to check these little flippers here. They are kind of stiff. It is kind of stretched out a little bit. And when you're tearing this apart, check your primer bulb for like tears or anything in there. If it's getting stiff, it's a good time to replace that. And that diaphragm is kind of stiff. So I think I'm just going to go find a carburetor kit and put a new kit in this. Okay. I don't have a kit, but I found pieces and parts out of other kits that will work. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. You gotta hold the throttle open a little bit so it pops on there like that. And there we go. Then you want to make sure your needle goes up and down nice and freely. And I took this one out of another carburetor. This one's way in better shape. Make sure I got that on there right. Yep. And if this don't work, I'm just going to order a kit. I don't have this specific kit on hand. Get these all nice and tight. Well, it's working good on the primer side. So we use 2 mixture screws here. This one here is the low. This one here is the high. I'm just going to turn them both out, maybe like a quarter turn. And see, some of these have that. This plastic cover won't allow it to go a certain point. And if you can just pop these off. And that way you can adjust them to your liking. We'll go ahead and put this back on the blower. So you want to take them plastic caps off. You just pop them off. And that way you can fine tune this to whatever way you want. So we'll go ahead and hook up the fuel lines. I gotta get that throttle link is back in there. Make sure everything's working. And I'll put our gasket back on. I'm gonna blow that off a little bit. Get a lot of that dirt off there. Okay, right here is a vent. That goes right here on the air filter base. It just presses right in there. And I'll put the two. Hold up. Don't drop everything first. And we'll go ahead and get these snugged up. And just double check everything, make sure everything's working. Now I'm going to put a new spark plug in here. This one's a CMR6H NGK plug. I think we can put that on before I put that cover on. I better check. Oh yeah. I'm gonna set it on. I'm not gonna plug it all the way until I get the cover back on. Make sure it engages. They're all the same length, so it really don't matter which one goes where. Some, if they screw into plastic, there'll be a coarser thread versus one that screws plastic to plastic. But these are all the same here. Go ahead and push. This air filter don't look too bad. I'm just gonna blow it out. It has that air filter spray oil on it, especially on something like this, because this is in a real dirty environment, blowing dust and weeds around and leaves. I want to put some new fuel in here, oil mixture fuel, and we're going to start up and test it outside, and I'm going to adjust the high and the low mixture screws outside, so make sure it works good for them. So okay, I'm going to try it out here. I'm going to get it started and get it fine-tuned so we can blow some dirt around and see how it runs. Push the primer bulb. Put it on choke. seems working just fine. Anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching my videos. And if you like my videos, please like them and subscribe. Anyways, have a good afternoon.